This is a short video on how to sew up the back seam of the Brixton Beanie hat. So this is what you end up after you've finished knitting. So it's a flat piece of knitting. I'm knitting it on a single pointed standard needle, so it's not knitted in the round. So this is the main body of my hat, and then I've got the decreases here to form the crown. This is actually a larger size, so large to extra large hat. So I've got nine stitches left on my needle here. If you're knitting the small to medium, you'll have 7 stitches, but the technique is exactly the same. So you leave a long yarn tail, so that's 50-60 centimetres or a couple of foot, 24 inches. So with the needle that you've threaded onto the yarn tail, you want to thread it through all the stitches on your needle. So you just do it like this, just slip them on like that. Nearly there. Last one coming on now. Then you can get rid of the needle, and then you pull it up, pull it right the way through, so that you form a sort of rosette or flowery shape here with the stitches. I often thread my needle back through those stitches just to make it a bit stronger and a bit firmer. So just let me finish doing that. And there you'll see that's quite a neat crown now. Now the main back seam of the hat is sewn in mattress stitch, and I will show that. I've also got other tutorials for that on YouTube. But where we've got this decrease, it's just a little bit more complicated. So this is what I'm recommending, okay? Turn the hat inside out, and this little curvy bit we're just going to sew with I call it over and over stitch. I'm sure that's not its proper name. So you want to do that just down to where you've ended the straight part of the hat and begun the decrease. So here goes. You can put a clip in there if you want, but I don't bother. So you want to take it quite a way in from the outer stitches. I know when I was first sewing things together like this, I thought it would be ideal to do it really as near the edge as possible, but actually that leaves quite a sort of untidy and loose looking seam. So do it for a bit, do it a little bit in, at least a little bit over one loop of the yarn. So trying to show you, take it through sort of there and there. This isn't going to be a perfect sort of matchy stitch to stitch like mattress stitch, but it will, I promise, give you a neat, certainly a neat enough seam, and I've found it's the quickest way and the easiest way of working it. So I've just got a few more stitches to go on that bit. I haven't got the best of needles here actually, but the only one I could find. So yeah, I think I've got a couple of more stitches to go still. So just to see, I'm showing you, don't go too near the edge. I mean, obviously don't go too far in either, but you want to make it as secure as you can. I think that might be my last stitch there. Oh, let's just give it one more. So when you've finished the crown, that is honestly the hardest bit of sewing this simple beanie together, you want to turn it back out to work the rest of the seam. So there you'll see the crown seam here all looking pretty neat. So then you just really finish it in mattress stitch. So bring your needle back out through the nearest stitch, and you'll be running down this row here and this row here. So under that bar, under that bar. So this is the bar at the centre of your V shapes on the first stitch that you worked at either end of your knitting. So really you just carry on like this. So they're on the stocking, the bit of your rib that looks like stocking stitch. So if you're looking it up on my mattress stitch video, if you want a little bit more detail, look at the stocking stitch one, or stockinette. Trying to remember those slight American differences. So there you'll see when you go one stitch in, that back seam of your hat will look just like one of these rows of ribbing. So it really won't be a noticeable seam at all. And I think, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm British, but I find it much easier to knit on a pair of needles, on a single pointed needle, than in the round. I just like the sort of two-dimension of it, really. So you just carry on. Right, I'm coming to the end now. So pull up those last few stitches and then just work sort of doubly into a stitch. So just kind of cross it a bit like that, the neatest way you can. And I should just add, this is for the short version of the hat. So this is designed to be worn just like this, not with the brim folded up. If you're doing the slightly longer version and you're going to be folding up the brim, then just to avoid that seam showing, I mean, it's not really a massive issue, it's going to be at the back of the head, but you might want to, at this point, when you've got like a couple of inches, it's about 5 centimetres left on the edge of your seam, just turn your hat the other way and work the last bit of the mattress stitch on the other side, so that when you fold up the brim, you'll have a little seam bit here, but you won't have the seam showing on the brim. So I hope that makes sense. And then I'll just fasten off my edges and weave them in. Thank you for watching. I hope it's been helpful.